Hi, I'm Carlene, and this is SRN1. I hope you're doing well. It is a new year, new beginnings, new thought processes, and memories. I actually went to see on the big screen. Now, this movie came out in 1985, which was a year after I was actually born. So the movie is a little bit older than me, and I forgot how amazing this movie really is. I have to give it to Steven Spielberg. He is absolutely amazing as a director. He has quite the resume. And I must say that just watching this film over again brings back memories. It makes me sad to watch the movie because of the story and because of a relationship between two sisters that is clearly broken apart. Being married at such a young age, Celie has to overcome so much. And I think that the one scene for me is when Sophia is at the dinner table and she is confused and she can't remember what's going on, but she recollects after Celie has a breakdown, um, just being in jail for such a long time and remembering that time that Celie was there to help her when she was going to the supermarket that day and she was so down, and Celie was there to help her. It just brought tears to my eyes. I have to give it to the cast of this film, The Color Purple, with Whoopi Goldberg, and of course Oprah Winfrey and Danny Glover. I'm not sure if I have his name correct, but I went to the AGO today and they have this special going on where they're playing movies from Steven Spielberg. And I have to say, like, when I think about The Color Purple, I think of just the book by Alice Walker. I've never even read the book, but just to remember what it was like to live during that time. We're talking about the 1900s, like 1909 is the opening scene of this film, and it's just a memory of what it's like to be in that time period where racism is still prevalent. It's just unbelievable, and I always remember Sophia saying, "Hell no," and then they come over and she's like, "Excuse me, what did you say?" She said, "I said, hell no," and you know, it's lines like that where it just sticks into your mind. I mean, that is not the most poignant scene, but it's just you remember her being so angry. She doesn't want to work for this woman, and it's like she's being attacked by all these people for not wanting to be her maid. And even after she's in jail for so long, she still becomes a prisoner again, from prison to another prison. And it's just like the experience in itself, and just looking at this movie. I mean, I don't know if you've seen The Color Purple. I just want to say that this is one of the movies that has resonated in my mind from when I watched it when I was younger, and watching it now as an older person. And I went to go see it with a friend today, and she's like, "Carlene, I forgot how sad this movie is. I forgot how great it is." And when you watch a movie over again after having seen it for such a long time, you remember things. There's so many things I remember, like um, the game that they play, or the saying that they have. No, all these things that are in this movie. And like so many scenes where she says to her, "You sure is ugly," and that stays in her mind. And that relationship that the two of them have later on, and just her being able to break free from a marriage that she didn't have a choice to be in, and losing her sister because of his desire for her and his want for her. And it's just like, there's so many sad moments, but it's always great to reminisce on things that we remember and that we cannot forget. And I want to say, right now, the AGO has an exhibit going on. The artist is Michaelan Thomas, And her work is absolutely beautiful. It's the expression of black women, and through the art that she creates, it's a different perspective. And the reason why I go back to this is because she does have a display where you see a picture of Celie from The Color Purple, and I guess that is like patronage to the movie and to Whoopi Goldberg, because she is such a talented actress. I love her. There's so many movies that I remember watching in the late I mean, as a child, like Ghost, her and Patrick Swayze, and I mean, those two stick in my mind. And there's other movies too, of course, like Sister Act, and I could probably go on if I do my more research, but I think that I will always say this, that the power of film is amazing. And I always felt as a child growing up that movies were my great escape, and they still continue to be my great escape now, because you are in the mindset of someone who has created a movie, who has put a vision together with a great cast. And that's why this movie, The Color Purple, is so sad, because there are so many moments, so many things that make you tear up, because it is so sad to watch just a relationship that is so hard to watch. I mean, like being 14 years old and married to a man that you didn't even want to be married to in the first place, and having a relationship with him and raising his kids, and being told that you're no good, you're ugly, you're never going to amount to anything. And it's so sad. But at the end of the day, it's one of those movies that, like, you're rooting for her, because you know that somehow, some way, that she's gonna get out of this. And if you haven't seen the movie, or you've seen it and it's been a while, I feel like it's like one of those things where you just have to watch again. I just remember my sister's watching it, and like it hits you. It's just, even to watch it on the big screen, like it's an old film, but I always enjoy going back and watching something that I've seen a long time ago, but I remember. And I remember certain scenes, and I remember the color purple, the purple flowers in the field, and Celie getting the house, and like, her doing that little dance, like all these things that you are clearly reminiscent of in the moment. That's what I believe. I'm Carlene, and this is SRN1. The power of movies, the power of film, they touch my heart. And I really think, if you have not seen The Color Purple, what are you waiting for? You need to watch this movie.